Executive Director of Ski Maine, and he is as excited as all of us. So glad that the people down south saw the snow so they can come up here. That's influenced it. How is television going to influence like some of the events here, like the Nationals, and as you mentioned, way up north?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're in the #1 rated station in Carrabassett Valley right now, right?
Well, that's true.
So people here understand the power of television. And, you know, the power of television is pretty amazing because in northern Maine, we have 2 world-class biathlon centers.
Yeah.
And the Nordic Heritage Center in Presque Isle hosted a biathlon World Cup just a couple of years ago. And the World Cup biathlon, when it's in the state of Maine, is prime time in Europe. And the Europeans are fanatical about their sport of biathlon. And the numbers have been touted that as many as 35 million viewers have watched the events that have taken place here in the state of Maine.
Northern Maine.
I mean, that's a huge number. I was able to go to the Lauberhorn World Cup Downhill in Switzerland in January, and they have about 30,000 spectators there, and it's live television coverage throughout the country through the entire event. We have the Nationals coming up here, and we have, you know, Michaela's going to be here. She's got great star power. Sam Morris has just been doing fantastic, so he's going to bring some, you know, real local notoriety to the event. Some of the athletes that were at the World Cup in Switzerland, I talked to them about see you at Sugarloaf, and they're excited about getting on the home turf.
Great.
And they understand the importance of the U.S. ski team coming to that event and being role models for a lot of the younger kids. So there's that 35 million viewers on TV in Europe on a main event. We had the first pro race in many, many years at Sunday River last weekend, and that is more of a design for TV event. So that's on CBS, I believe, this afternoon.
Oh, great.
So if people want to see how skiing looks on TV, that's an event that hopefully will come back and get more TV coverage. And then we have the U.S. Nationals, the biggest alpine event of the year is taking place at Sugarloaf, and we will struggle to get much coverage. I know that the #1 rated station in Carrabassett Valley is going to cover this.
Oh, yes.
All the time. But, you know, we'll have the local, you know, Portland, Boston, NECN. The stations will come up and do, you know, maybe some promos, you know, but there won't be live coverage of the event like it gets in Europe. But hopefully with Michaela, I think she won the overall World Cup title, and with Sam doing so well, that's going to bring a little bit more awareness to it. I mean, you know, we'll have hundreds of spectators here, but not the tens of thousands. Though
huge difference.
The World Cup held in Thanksgiving at Killington did pull in, you know, tens of thousands of viewers and spectators, so that's a good thing. I mean, we all get excited about the sport of skiing. Racing is, you know, a pretty high level part of the sport, but you know, I'm excited to see that it's going to bring a little more notoriety.
It's the only sport I watch on TV.
I mean, it's going to show Sugarloaf. It's great coming into the end of March. There's going to be a lot more talk about, you know, skiing. There's going to be a talk about how much snow there is up here. It's going to highlight all the things that take place in the rural Maine economy, which is my #1 mission right now, is let people know about inland Maine. They forget about it some days.
Well, I'm glad that they got a little slap in the face that winter is still here, and hopefully that will encourage them to come up here and enjoy some great racing that's going to take place here. And with this extra snow, I mean, the competition department would have done a great job making snow. I'm sure it would still be great, but boy, this is a real big bonus.
The snow that they're racing on is not the soft powder that everybody's been skiing on all week long.
Yeah.
You know, they have that surface, and if it gets, you know, on the World Cup Tour, you know, they inject the snow if it's too soft to make it firmer. But, you know, I skied Gage yesterday, and it's in beautiful shape. So, I mean, it's a favorite place for people to come. I mean, and they really like being in the U.S. I mean, all the kids are home, and the team is here, and it's, I think everybody has a little special place in their heart for Sugarloaf.
Sure. And we thank you for coming on this morning, talking about some of the other areas, and of course Sugarloaf, the Nationals, and what happens. 35 million people up north watching. Gosh, we've got a long way to go before we reach the same level as Europe has.
And you know, we had hoped that maybe that would draw 3.5 million Europeans to northern Maine during the winter. It hasn't quite done that yet, but you know, they are definitely being recognized as part of the international ski world.
Fantastic. Thanks, Greg.
Thank
Always
you, Greg.
a pleasure to see you. Greg Sweetser, Executive Director of Ski Maine. Check out the website, and you can find out more about this great organization. And You can also pick up some of these that are at some of the rest and stop areas throughout, and you can get more information by going to the website. Thanks,
Thank you,
Greg. We
Greg.
appreciate it. And